Now, you know, I think I done said this slightly before, but I ain't never really elaborated, right? When it comes to life, right? Relationships, jobs, family situations. Let me put it like this. Y'all know that in this day and age, jobs, employment, like where you go punch a clock, it teach people, majority of people, a lot of us, a good deal of us, how to tolerate, right? How to basically put up with shit that we don't really like and you know what, close to loving, but it benefits us, so we go along with it. It teaches you, you know, that sacrifice to do this, even though you may not want to, but you know, the payoff of this is gonna make it worth it. Y'all understand what I'm explaining? Like, this is an experience that most, at least for America, most all Americans at some point in their life go through, where the idea of trying to earn a living, earn a wage, has you in a space where you are willing to show up for something every day that you don't like, don't necessarily want to tolerate, not really fond of, but you do it with the idea that there is some sort of bigger payoff, or this is what I got to do to be able to like get what I need on this end. Everybody understand what I'm explaining with this? Y'all understand what I'm saying? I'm trying to make sure y'all keeping up before I go further. Right, long way. Discipline, right? The problem is when you learn this behavior, a lot of what's going on nowadays with relationships and friendships, for example, is this type of shit. Where instead of building, growing, communicating, respecting from a loving space, we just tolerating, hanging on, putting up with shit, with the idea that there is going to be some sort of greater payoff. Y'all understand what I'm explaining? Everybody get where I'm going with this. Trying to make sure y'all keeping up before I go too deep. Complacent, content. Y'all get where I'm going with this. So the behavior is in everybody. Because of course we all just said, you know, I ain't see nobody type nothing crazy that disagree. If you live, for example, in America, this country teaches you through like employment to put up with, tolerate, even like as you're being raised, you're taught. Like, you know, you may not like working there. You may not like the people there. You may not like your boss. People might be doing stuff that you're not okay with, but you stay there because the check's cash, right? Y'all understand this? This makes sense for a job. But even with a job, after a while, you want a career. After a while, you want to become an entrepreneur or build on what you have or create multiple streams of income to where you're doing more with your time, or you're not somewhere around people you don't like, doing something that you don't like just for the sake of getting some sort of later outcome. A lot of what's happening with relationships is just this. That behavior that was learned through employment is now trickling over into relationships. So y'all stand with females and stand with niggas like you don't even like them. You don't even enjoy it. You're just tolerating it based on some sort of idea that there's going to be some sort of outcome. You're complacent. You're content. I'm going somewhere with this, so I'll make sure you understand what I'm saying. I'm not even, somebody went too deep. Sanchez, I ain't even talking about lack of respect for self. I ain't even talking about none of that yet. All I'm saying is, for all of us, it's safe to pretty much say, you know, you grew up and you was taught, or at some point in your adult life, it was this concept of, I'm going to go to this job. Might not be something I like. I might even be okay with what we doing. It's just, for some of us, I needed a job that paid a certain amount, so I go here. I tolerate working around people that aren't the nicest people, don't have the best ethics, you know, do shit that I wouldn't necessarily do if I didn't work here. I wouldn't be around this shit if I wouldn't be involved in these conversations. I'm doing it for the sake of coming here, earn a paycheck. Y'all understand that? The problem is if you don't compartmentalize this as being a job, this same type of behavior, you will go home and then you will repeat it in a relationship. To where you kind of just going through the motions, you know what I mean? Just because. Y'all understand this, right? The reason why I'm saying this is because for a lot of y'all, you don't realize this is one of the very reasons why you have to be very selective about who you take advice from. You have to be very selective about who you talk to, about your decisions when it comes to friendships, relationships, advice on your social circle. Because some people, they're in their home with the person they in their home with for the same reason they on their job. Y'all understand what I'm explaining? For the same reason that they keep going back to it, because it's comfortable, because it's something to do to earn a check. Child, because in the end it'll pay off when I get ready to retire. This is why they're in their relationship. It's comfortable. I've been in it. Don't necessarily like the person. I ain't really having too much fun. Just like when I go to work, I ain't enjoying it here. Long as the check's cash. Long as this nigga come home. Y'all understand where I'm going with it? A lot of people not fucking with their partner for the reasons that are healthy. For reasons that would warrant being in a relationship or a marriage. So, of course, when you go around asking people for their advice based on what you think they got going on, if you don't have a clear picture of why they in the shit they in, you may not want to ask them for advice on why you should stay or get out of the shit that you're in. It's a lot of people, right, Blue Boy? They in it because they're complacent. They're in it because they're fearful of change. Same reason some of y'all on y'all jobs. You're scared. You haven't become an entrepreneur yet because you're afraid. You don't actually believe in your own skill sets enough to walk outside of that job. You don't actually believe you could do better. Message. There's a lot of y'all in relationships. You only in it because, truth be told, where your self-esteem that you don't actually believe you could pull better than him. That's why you stand there going through all of that shit. Some of y'all dudes, the reason why you still dealing with the same type of female you dealing with is because you don't actually believe you can pull better. It's the difference between pulling somebody and being able to fuck and pulling a woman that respects you and you able to build with. Some of y'all really got to pump the brakes on who y'all ask advice for about y'all situation. Because some people in that shit because they just settling. Some people in it because they just comfortable. Some people in it because, child, as long as he come home, yeah, as long as she answer the phone when a nigga call, as long as I can get some pussy. Point I'm making is, it's a lot of y'all, you talking to people about your situation, about your relationship, you seeking advice about your friendship, about what you got going on, but they ain't friends with their friends for the reasons that make sense. They're not friends with their friends or with their boyfriend or still in their marriage for the reasons that you would want to get in a healthy marriage or a healthy friendship. I'm just looking at y'all like y'all looking at me. Hopefully this shit hitting for some of y'all. Some of y'all, you quick to ask a homegirl about your nigga. She ain't with her nigga for the reasons that you actually want to be with your nigga. Half these bitches don't even respect the nigga they with. They alone for the addiction to the drama. It's some of y'all, when you be used to like finding out deep shit, that's what you be staying with a bitch for, to find out more and more of how much a victim you are. Y'all be knowing after year one, you ain't shit to this man ain't shit to you, and you still just keep going on because the plot thickens on the stuff that you getting into, the stuff that's getting brought your way. Some of y'all dudes too, you addicted to the drama. Then y'all had a nerve to ask these niggas like, bro, what you think about this? You should be asking him anything, because when it comes to his situation, he don't think, he just show up. Same way some of y'all do with the job. You just show up. Don't know you've been there years. Don't know if what they pay you now match with the current market. You ain't keeping up with what's going on. You're just here. You don't like your boss. Your boss don't like you. Your co-workers don't really fuck with you. You don't really fuck with them. Half the time y'all backstabbing one another, going to HR behind, but you just keep showing up. Exactly, Hot Chili Pepper. She with her nigga because, of course, she can't afford all her bills by herself. Or she one of them girls, she feel like that's what niggas supposed to do. You taking advice from her when in all reality, you supposed to be trying to find a man that you value him. Like genuinely values him. Yeah, they be around for the plot thickens. for the plot thickens. That's what they be around for, male and female. This ain't just no female-based video. Settling. Y'all be asking people for advice. That nigga don't go home for the reasons that you would actually want to go home to your lady. That nigga go home because he ain't got nothing else. He still with her because he ain't got no driver's license, the car in her name. She still with him because he paid the bills there. She can't afford them bitches in that expensive ass house or apartment that she went and got because she got them based on dealing with him. So now she's just sticking around for the same reason you stick around on your job, bitch, because you need the check. The fuck? Some of y'all, you asking a nigga for advice that he don't get pussy like that often. So he with this bitch because, of course, it's easy. Other bitches ain't finna put up with the stuff he got going on that she gonna put up with. You asking him for advice about your relationship. His shit ain't healthy. Hope y'all understand what I'm explaining, because this shit here is gold. Y'all got to stop just going around trauma bonding with people, asking them, explaining your situation, talking about what you got going on. And it comes from mismanagement of emotions. Message, I got a Zoom tonight at 9 p.m. It's on mismanagement of emotions. A lot of times when something happens in your life and you're intensely under emotion, you got certain hormones that your body just released based on that drama or that shit that's going on or your feelings, then you got to have somebody to vent to. You got to go talk to somebody. You go talk to the wrong person. That's one of these people that's in their relationship like you on your job. Just there. Don't enjoy nothing about it except for the fact that the check's cash. That's the wrong reason to have somebody in your bed, in your life, around your children, in your heart, in your feelings, in your emotions, in your worry, in your care. Those are the wrong reasons. It makes sense for employment, but for building a partner in life, don't make sense. This is real shit. A lot of y'all, the fact that your emotions be on 10 all the time and you can't manage them hoes, you addicted to the hormones that's released in your body when some shit popping off. So guess what? You be around for the next big drama session. You be around to be ready to add more layers on top of you being a victim of somebody else's actions that you got the option to walk away from at any time. Y'all emotions be having y'all addicted to certain shit because it bring out certain hormones that come from certain emotions. And this is just science. Y'all in relationships like y'all be on jobs, just clocking in, bitch. Just showing up, ho. Just here. Don't know why you're here. Don't know what you're doing besides the fact that I'm going to get a check. That's it. That's it. It's definitely like a high. I talked to some of y'all, you got so many layers of fuck shit a bitch done did to you, and through explaining none of it, do you consider, why am I okay with doing this? And I'm going to tell y'all, it comes from the behavior that was conditioned. You're taught, go to a job, tolerate the stuff that you really don't care to tolerate, be around people you really don't fuck with, be around people that they values really ain't the same for the sake of an outcome, which is a paycheck. And then, of course, you've repeated this behavior so much, you start to just do this all the time. Then y'all sit there and you ask other hoes and other niggas for advice about your relationship, but they in they shit for these same job-ass reasons. A lot of y'all, you don't love your partner from a pure space. Even for some of y'all that be religious, I say this all the time. Go read what the Bible or what your particular religion explains about love and tell me if you actually, how you're operating, if it's actually love, if you're operating out of love. Because half of y'all shit be filled with jealousy. It be filled with ego. It be filled with distrust. It be filled with disrespect. None of these things are actually a part of the definition of love, but you keep telling yourself, why you keep going through that? Because I love him. I'm saying I love the bitch. That's why, no, you're conditioned to get complacent. To what feels familiar. To what feels comfortable. Based on what your ass is used to. And that shit be based on what you done got yourself in over and over. Telling y'all some real shit. You really got to ask yourself, how am I operating right now? Am I actually enjoying what I'm involving myself in, what I'm being involved in by choice? And this is the thing, right? Somebody said, what if a person has a mental illness, right? Y'all be asking me, well, what if a person is a narcissist? Or what if a person... This is what y'all got to understand. Anything that you sit in, right? Or you involve yourself in, or you continue on, that costs you you. Listen to what I'm saying. Any job, any nigga, any bitch, any friend, any family member, that interacting with them is costing you your sanity. It's costing you your happiness. It's costing you your understanding for what you want for you. It's insane to continue with it. You're going against self. Self is the only thing you got to ride the fuck out in your lifetime. I don't give a fuck if you live for 10 years, 3 years, 2 years. Self is the only thing that you going to have to follow all the way through to the end. Somebody's like, you always talking to me. I'm telling y'all some real shit. Y'all be asking all these what ifs. All you got to ask yourself is, how is this shit affecting me? What is my state of mind? Where am I at right now? And some of y'all, you got work to do on self. You can't really blame it on the other party or the other parties involved. The point is, how well do you know you? And then the stuff that's going on around you, is it stopping you? Is it holding you back? Is it hindering you from getting to know the real you? The real reasons why you involving yourself in the stuff you involving yourself in. The real reasons why you think the way you think, act the way you act, talk the way you talk. Some of y'all, you get a kick out of drama. You get a rush out of the idea that a bitch done cheated again, lied again, did some shit again. You searching, you finding out, you looking, you going through a bitch phone. You got to turn on it. You putting a GPS on this. You following up over here. You asking the bitch about this. You peeping this. You looking at this. Y'all, I don't miss nothing. I peep everything. Bitch, well, how the fuck is you going to get anything accomplished in life if all you doing is sitting around peeping other shit with other people? For some of y'all have surrounded yourself with people that you got to constantly be on high alert. You right. You got to constantly worry about a bitch trying you, lying to you, cheating on you, robbing you, stealing from you, fucking you and don't love you, saying they love you and don't love you, laughing in your face, talking behind your back, smiling with you. You get what I'm saying? Like, you right. You surrounded yourself. You picked all the wrong people to the point where you in a fucking war zone. This is what you've created for yourself. So you right, the motherfuckers ain't right. None of them. Everybody fucked up, but you picked every single one of them. So what's wrong with you? Telling y'all some G-ass shit, man. Everybody has been exposed to the idea of just being involved in something that you don't necessarily like for the sake of some sort of better payoff in the end. The idea is that it's not how you're supposed to go into picking your partner, deciding whether you're going to stay in the relationship you're in. It's not correct. Nine o'clock tonight, man, I got a Zoom on management of emotions. You can text 678-965-0698 to get in the Zoom. If you want to book a one-on-one, same phone number, 678-965-0698. Some of y'all really got to evaluate how I'm moving, why I'm involved in the stuff I'm involved in, why I'm doing. Listen, when I tell y'all, like, this shit is so imperative, I break this shit down even for my personal life. Like, I make sure the people that I deal with, even my nigga, like, you got to know, I fuck with you for different reasons than other bitches fuck with they nigga. So you ain't gonna never really be in a place where a bitch gonna understand why I move the way I move with you, or why I do the things that I do. A lot of y'all, you with people for reasons that are not of love. It's not of care. It's not of compassion. It's not of respect. It's of revenge. It's of complacency. It's of what's comfortable, not what you actually want to be in. This is why it's so much fucking cheating, lying, backstabbing, breach of privacy, all kind of fuck shit going on. I'm telling y'all some real ass shit. This go for male, female, old or young. Really sit down and evaluate Am I managing my emotions well enough to reflect on the idea of me, what I want for me? Am I actually happy? Am I genuinely around the people I'm around, or talking to the people I'm talking to, or fucking on the people I'm fucking on for pure reasons, for good intentions? Are they fucking with me for those same, or are we just tolerating one another? Like you tolerate a fucking 9 to 5 just to be able to get a check to pay your bills? Are you here just ignoring and putting up with and dealing with the shit with your boyfriend or girlfriend, husband or wife, like you do at work with a boss because you need your job? You know how you bite your tongue at work because you know I can't say too much because y'all fuck around and fire me. I ain't gonna be able to pay my bills and shit. You know how you be on the job? I don't really like this bitch, but she my boss, so I gotta talk nice to her and shit. So I'm just doing it just for the sake of the check. I don't actually want to. My intentions would be to cuss this hoe the fuck out if we wasn't at work. Some of y'all gotta understand, you learned this behavior from things like employment, which is just something that's common in this country that we live in. So you can't say it ain't in you. You can't say that. It is in you. It's in you to go somewhere and fake smile for the sake of getting what you want in the end. So if you know you got the potential to do that kind of shit, you really got to sit down and evaluate, am I approaching relationships with this same kind of shit? Or do I really want to be around this motherfucker? Some of y'all, you get off from work, you pull up at home, you sit in the driveway, you don't go in because she in there. You don't really like her like that. Don't really want to be involved in it. If something came up that you had to go to somebody, you'll be glad to go. Some of y'all, you don't really want the nigga there. Just, you know, you've been fucking him for a while. You don't want to add no more bodies to your body count. Same thing like you be on a job. Bitch, I'm already making $15, $16 an hour. Ain't too much more. You know, I ain't really going to want to go through getting trained and orientated on some other shit. So I'm going to just sit here and, you know, deal with this shit. I don't really want to be here, but, you know, fuck it, whatever. Then y'all be taking advice from these people. Girl, let me tell you what he did. Tell me what you think about this. She ain't even with her nigga for no pure, organic, loving reasons. She around here telling you how to move with your nigga. Now you around here in the space. And listen, I could go even deeper with this shit, right? I can go even deeper with this shit. But you know what? I'm going to make that a different video. I ain't even going to go no deeper. I'm going to just leave this on y'all heart. Keith, what up, babe? I'm going to just leave this on y'all heart. A lot of y'all, man, you really got to consider. Am I with this person because I want to be with them? Am I with them because I actually care, because I give a damn? Or am I with this motherfucker like you be on a job that you know you need? Damn, they'll put up with anything. Zoom tonight at 9 p.m. on management of emotions. I will go back live because there is a second part to this, but I feel like it's too much to put on this live. There might be too much information in one live for y'all. Somebody told me, hold on, I just tapped in what you said. You got to go back and watch it. I added it on my page. Text 678-965-0698 if you're trying to get a one-on-one or you're trying to get in the Zoom tonight. And then look, October 29th, man, my tape drop. Y'all make sure y'all be ready. And then I got my live stream show that's coming up. Me performing live. You know, y'all know. For those of y'all that know, you know. If you don't, you're going to know.